You love the feeling of being renewed. To protect the things most precious to you. To stay beautiful every single day. To breathe just like we do, because you are truly delicate. Protecting the ones who've been with us through the years. With Sayalac Care, the only wood coating that truly protects you. Sayalac Wood Coatings from JAT.
Welcome to Lmd Newsweek. I'm Ashwini Vethakan, and we begin with a roundup of local news. As of Friday, the total number of COVID-19 infected patients in Sri Lanka stands at 529,755, with the total number of recoveries reaching 491,604, and the number of deaths have now surpassed 13,000. Sri Lanka is likely to fast-track the national rollout of a digital identifier to its citizens next year. Each citizen will be given a unique identification or UID, potentially putting a stop to the inefficiencies that take place when transacting with the government and other service providers. The project that was 20 years in the making has been expedited due to the pandemic and the acceleration in digital transformation that took place concurrently. It has the potential to facilitate all the services that require one's identity in both public and private sectors. The Cabinet of Ministers has approved the drafting of the Defence Cyber Commands Act and Bill to impose cyber protection laws, with the consideration that the use of cyberspace and electronic communication by terrorists and criminal groups lead to an increase in organized crime and terrorist and antisocial activities. The need to formulate new laws has been acknowledged since it's a matter of national security. The proposals for the two draft bills were furnished by the President in his capacity as the Minister of Defence and Minister of Technology. Sri Lanka is presently evaluating the feasibility of using the oral antiviral pill developed by the pharmaceutical giant Merck & Co. The producer has already applied for permission to prescribe the pill in the US for emergencies to treat mid to moderate cases of COVID-19. The State Minister of Production, Supply and Regulation of Pharmaceuticals have submitted a request to the Director General of Health Services to provide an expert panel's take on using this pill to treat patients in Sri Lanka. The Prime Minister has promised to increase the salaries of teachers and principals in 3 installments over 2 budget stages. This was an attempt to resolve their salary anomalies. Accordingly, the first installment of the increment will be permitted in the 2022 budget and the remainder will be incorporated in the 2023 budget starting from January of that year. Environmentalist and ornithologist Professor Sarath Kotagama, in an interview for the Green Cover publication by Media Services, reminisces the evolution of the sustainable development concept throughout the decades. He takes readers back to the early 70s to the declaration of the inaugural World Earth Day and recalls the highlights of his journey, including the UN Conference on the Environment in Stockholm, Sweden in 1972. The Nairobi Declaration that followed a decade down the line, the formulation of Agenda 21 in the Earth Summit of 1992, which was held in Rio de Janeiro, and many more. Professor Kotagama manages to encapsulate the evolution of mankind's perception towards environmental sustainability and the collective efforts that drove change in each time period. Moving on to business news, in an exclusive interview with LMD, the managing director of Heineken Lanka, Maudme June Van Bell, voiced her belief that a move to expand the export portfolio of the country and to create a wider basket of industries is necessary while simultaneously developing technological infrastructure. According to her, the Colombo International Financial City, also known as the Port City, will become an attractive economic and business hub that can generate employment opportunities while improving forex earnings. She confidently affirms that Sri Lanka has the potential to become another Singapore for the South Asian region. The Department of Census and Statistics revealed that year-on-year increase in the manufacturing sector activities for July stood at 10.8%. Similarly, the year-on-year contraction in electricity and water supply activities and the agricultural sector for the same month were reported as 6.4% and 3% respectively. An assessment made by the World Bank has revealed that Sri Lanka's supreme audit institutions have a substantial level of independence. The Supreme Audit Institutions Independence Index evaluates the performance of nations based on 10 indicators such as constitutional and legal framework, financial autonomy, and rights and obligations on audit reporting, among others. As a country in its category, Sri Lanka's C grade suggests that it meets several independence indicators. The parity between the US dollar and the Sri Lankan rupee was down by 201 rupees and 25 cents on Friday. According to reports from the Colombo Stock Exchange, the All Share Price Index, or ASPI, stood at 9,623.81. We'll be back with the latest in global news after a short break.
Thank you so much for all the support you gave me, guys.
Okay.
Today, I got promoted.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Welcome back, and here's the latest in global news. As of this week, the total number of global COVID-19 infected patients stands at 240 million, with the number of recoveries surpassing 217 million, and the number of deaths have now exceeded 4.8 million. The price of Brent crude oil as of Friday hovered between $84.03 and $84.63. Taking a look at the global calendar, the special events for the upcoming week are Virtual Gartner IT Symposium, scheduled to be held from the 18th to the 21st in the Americas, ADB's second e-marketplace for a water-secure and resilient Asia and the Pacific, to be held from the 18th to the 27th, the Chad parliamentary election and the Uzbekistan presidential election, scheduled for the 24th, and the Global Forum for Innovation for the Future of Nuclear Energy from the 2nd to the 28th in London, UK. And finally, India's loss-making national carrier Air India was recently sold to the country's largest conglomerate, the Tata Group. The airline, which has racked up losses worth $9.5 billion, was sold for the highest bidder for nearly $2.4 billion. And that's all the news we have for you this week. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.